The following portion of Daytime Blue Ridge is sponsored by To really understand how our nation grew, how we lived and worked, and how we are all connected, all you have to do is follow twin rails of steel. Here in the Alleghany Highlands is where you'll see how the railroad played an integral part in bringing the towns of Covington and Clifton Forge to life. That story and the fascinating history of this region can be seen right here in Covington. Visitors can tour two of the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad passenger stations that date back to the 1890s. Both have been renovated and restored to its original glory, offering fascinating exhibits and historical archives of this region. We are standing inside one of two passenger railroad depots that have been recently restored, right?
That's right. The one we're standing in is from 1890. It was the passenger depot until 1908 when the other one was built, and this one became the fast freight. So any place in town that needed freight service, they would come and pick it up right here and take it over to the various mills and whatnot in town.
Yeah, talk a little bit about the history of the railroad. How important was it to establishing Covington and Clifton Forge in this area?
It was absolutely important. They couldn't have had the mills and everything else without the railroad. West Virginia Pulp and Paper and Industrial Rayon and a dozen different smaller companies were reliant on the railroad for transportation, for machinery as well as product.
Mm-hmm. And this has been restored. It's absolutely gorgeous. And you use this for several different events and meetings, right?
Yeah, the town owns it and they rent it out to various different activities. You can have birthday parties or wedding receptions and everything else in here.
The history of the railroad is also told down the road in Clifton Forge here at the C&O Railway Heritage Center. Clifton Forge was an important stop for the C&O. Many of the locomotives were serviced here so that they could head west over the Alleghany Mountains or east over the Blue Ridge Mountains. Here you can tour the exhibits inside the restored 1895 freight depot. The indoor and outdoor displays showcase everything from preserved railroad equipment, scale models, and replica railroad structures. It also honors the memory and contribution of all the railroaders who built these rails. While this region may have started with a railroad, it continues to thrive today because of the art and culture scene that bring visitors from near and far. This is the Alleghany Highlands Arts and Crafts Center, where you'll find a regularly changing gallery exhibit, a gift shop with handmade items, and artists and craftspeople who create unique works of art.
Currently we have work by 262 regional artists in the area. It brings people to the community and lets people know how much wonderful talent there is in the area, and it just gives people a really cool place to hang out.
And this is where all the creativity takes place. They hold workshops and classes for both the young and old alike. They do everything from oil and watercoloring to drawings to baskets and all sorts of different crafts. In the heart of downtown Clifton Forge, you'll find the Clifton Forge School of the Arts, offering a wide variety of classes from painting, drawing, and stained glass to piano and harp instruction. It's a place that has completely taken off after humble beginnings.
We began about 2.5 years ago when Bill Cook actually bequeathed it to us to make a school out of. So we cleaned up the place and we got a grant from the Alleghany Foundation to get us easels for the painting, some wheels for the pottery. I purchased these teal chairs from the Salvation Army for $5 a piece and brought in a bunch of things, donations. And people took an interest in it and have been helping us out ever since.
And with the school located right across the street from a brand new amphitheater, it's brought a huge economic boom to the area.
The amphitheater and the School of the Arts in just a very short amount of time have really raised up the whole demeanor of our little small town. People are really embracing it and feel very positive about it.
From history to art and culture that will encourage and enrich you, you'll find a new experience in the Alleghany Highlands, and it's all just a day's drive away.
And there are events, festivals, sports competitions, art exhibits, and performances happening all year round. And be sure to find out more, including their annual Fall Foliage Festival coming up in October. To learn more, log on to visitAlleganyHighlands.com. And for more on this and other great In a Day's Drive ideas, visit our website at inadaysdrive.com. We'll be right back.
The preceding portion of Daytime Blue Ridge was sponsored by